Hey guys, I am back, and this time I'm going to make my own sandals. The first thing I did was I used some poster board and I traced my foot, which is very wide. I got some bunions going on here. And I just took the tracing from my widest foot, which is my right foot, and then I took a pencil and like went around to, to make it like even, and make sure it's going to be wide enough. And then I traced this on some veg tan I had for a while from Tandy Leathers, pretty big piece. So this is going to be the part that's touching the floor, this smooth part. So I needed something that's going to be a little stiff. Just to show you how I got everything started, I sketched one night. I was like, I think I can do this. So like this is my sketch. Obviously, this is going to be the stitch line. This is going to be the band that goes across the front of my foot. I might make like a leather bow or something to like stitch on it. I'm not sure yet. That's going to be like an afterthought. And then these are the straps. My only thing is I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get the straps like between the two layers, because this is going to be obviously like, I keep saying obviously, but it's not obvious. Maybe it's not obvious. This is going to be like I said, the bottom layer that's going to touch the ground. Okay. And then I'm going to have another layer on top that's going to be the buffalo skin, which I have some videos where I made a couple cross bodies and stuff out of it. It's a thick, but like real pliable. Anyway, you'll see it later on in a video once I get to that stage, which won't be tonight. Anyway, so I know these look hella wide, but I wanted something that's going to be, wide enough for my foot, and also have to accommodate, a stitching line and all types of stuff. So here we go. Roller coaster ride. Stay tuned for the next phase. Hey guys, I'm back with another project here. I'm going to make my own sandals. So I traced my foot and then rounded this out to make it, foot shaped and, accommodate my very wide feet and my bunions and my long middle toe and all that above. Now, I do think that the heel was a bit too narrow, so I've made a note for future, reference if I do decide to make sandals in the future. But for this prototype, what I did was I cut a piece of the buffalo leather, a piece of the veg tan. I glued them together yesterday with the flesh sides facing each other, but I left the stitch line clear and dry so I can manipulate that when I'm ready to sew them together, which I will. I got a set of these. I don't know what they're called, but I went on Temu because I was, I'm on a budget, and I don't. This is a hobby I do in spare time, and so I got a whole set of these, and they were like pretty cheap. I mean, I'm gonna say less than $10 for the whole set. And the cool thing is they fit in my press machine. I didn't think they would because, I don't know about this one, or this one because it's really fat, but all the other ones do fit in my press machine. So I used this particular one. It has, I don't know what the markings mean, but 2/8. And I pressed holes through both sides of the soles. I also bought these off Temu because I want to make scalloped edges. So you can probably see, and I wasn't sure if I should do the half inch one, I think it's called. So I just, they were very cheap, $7 I think on Temu. So I got, I'm using this one. I don't know which one this is, but, and this is my practice piece. I'm going to make, for the strap that goes across the foot, it's going to be a scalloped edge. So I think this is the one I like the best. It's not too wide, but not too narrow of a scallop. And okay, so then I used, where is it? I had also ordered, I had a whole bunch of stuff off Temu. I ordered this. So this is actually, you can probably see it better. This is actually for used as a zipper guide when you're installing zippers. But I was like, oh my gosh, I could use this to, have the perfect width, to, use my scratching all, and I marked the leather and everything So I did that. I used this as like a width guide. And then I got this on Temu as well. And I freaking love it because it's big, you know, and I can lay it across a large piece of leather and mark it. And also I use this, which is my handy dandy Fiskars rotary cutter. And I freaking love this thing. So I use this, and then this right here is the guide as I'm cutting to keep my line straight on the leather. And I'll tell you what, these two made my job so much easier. So if you don't have something like this, I highly recommend getting it. And I don't even know what it's called, but you can find it on. Hey, so a quick video. So see how the edges are scalloped. Well, I bought a kit, or not a kit. I bought a whole bunch of these like different sizes, and I like this one the best. So press it down, and then, so that, I mean, this strap's going to be, this is just a test run, but that gives you the idea, the style I want for the strap is going to go across the front of the foot. Okay, I got interrupted on that video. So to continue here, so I cut the strip, okay, and then I took this and cut it at an angle. Now to get it through these holes, I had to use my bone spreader to, you know, loosen these up a little bit. It took a few times. And then what I did is I just took the pointy part, sticking it through here. Yeah, that's the way I did it. Okay. And I use my little craft pliers. Ooh, dang. A little tricky there. Pull it through. Okay, pull it through. And then pulled it all the way through. Well, this is cut in half. This was like double the size, but I already did a dry run on this. So, all right, so you do that. And then I took the other pointy part, put that through there, pulled that through. So, and then of course you want this to be even. So now this part, and I'll do a demo later, but like just to give you a quick rundown, this part's going to be where my heel is, okay? And then this is, now you're going to see this is the outer part of the leather here, but when I pull these up, I don't know yet if I'm going to tie them, if I'm going to add snaps. I'm not really sure, but I could tie them because it stays put pretty well because it has that flesh side there. And then just tie this. This will be on the front of my foot. And then, again, this is a practice piece, and I'll have a much wider strap, but this will be across the front of the shoe. And then I'm gonna integrate it with the stitch line, which is gonna go all the way around, of course. Of course, and I've got it's going, tongue-tied. It's gonna have to go around the outer edge of this here, which might be, maybe I could skip that. I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go. You know, I just learn as I go, y'all. But so this is gonna be integrated here and attached with these stitch lines, so I don't have to like worry about however else to install it. So that is my idea. I just got a lot of inspo online from pictures and videos, and this is what I want to do. So stay tuned for the next phase. So here's a close-up. Just wanted to show you of how it turned out, just so you can see the stitching. When I was done sewing this on, I took my rotary cutter, I flipped it over and cut off the excess like that. Just follow that around. So obviously it's the bottom sole, but they feel pretty good, and this feels really good on my skin, just like my moccasins do. But this time I get to feel this nice smooth part on my skin, at least on the sole of my feet. And yeah, they feel real buttery soft. I really like them. I'm really proud of myself that I just winged this, and yeah, I look forward to making another pair in the future. So I still have to get this one done, but when I do, I'll do another video of both of them on my feet and doing a little walk for you. They are officially completed. Just got to be careful because it feels like the front part seems to catch when I walk. So I'm just walking slowly around the house, but I haven't done the magnetic closure yet because I'm not decided on whether I want to do that yet or not. But they are done. They feel very secure. All right, guys, so here's a close-up just to show you how everything turned out. This is where I finished the stitches. There, burned them, tied them and burned them. And I'm really, really pleased with the way these came out. They're very comfortable, but I do have to watch. For some reason, when I walk, even though these aren't like long, like longer than my foot, it seems to catch a bit on the floor. So maybe I just gotta break them in. But I'm just gonna walk really slow and really carefully. Luckily, we don't have a lot of carpeted areas, so should be fine just around the house. But I'm about to put these back on my feet right now, and really proud of myself. I mean, check it out, man. Started from concept on a little piece of paper, and then this to this. So I put these snaps on it because I felt like it would be more secure than the tie. Besides that, they look ugly as hell. the snaps, that is. They're not going to work because even if they are functional, but they dig into my foot here. And I probably could prevent that by like putting something on the back, because this metal piece here is also on the back of here. But I just don't think it would resolve the issue. So now I'm back to the drawing board, and I'm going to take these off because they're just like, you bend the little thingy, so you don't have to sew them on or anything. Thinking of doing something like attaching them here, like maybe finding a way to attach them on here somehow, like that. I don't know, but stay tuned for the third transformation. So I am very happy. I think we have a winner here. Third time was a charm. Maybe it was second, I don't know. But I took off the previously installed magnetic closures and reinstalled one just right here in the center. And it's real easy, snaps right on. Of course, doing this one-handed is not easy. And they stay on pretty good. I've been walking around the house. So far, so good. This one I think is a little looser, but if I had it to do over, I would have made this strap, this is more like at an angle, kind of a little bit diagonal, but I would have made it a little bit less of a diagonal, maybe like more straight across here, because it's like almost covering up my big toe. But you know, I got funny shaped feet, so, but this one turned out better now. If I really wanted to get crazy, I could like take all the stitching out and just restitch it, but I don't want to do that. So here's the finished product. Let's zoom in a little bit. But yeah, real happy with them, and you know what? It's not irritating or hurting my skin, so this is it. And you know what? I don't hate how it looks. The fact that there's only just one little thing in the center, it actually does not look bad. So, yep, project completed, and I'll be moving on soon to another pair here shortly. And I will post that video whenever they get completed, which hopefully will be by winter. All right, guys, I'm finally done with these damn sandals. Oh my gosh. So you can see here, this gold is going to be the part that touches my skin. And I drew on it with a pen, so that's why I got a circle. But it's the soft part. So the gold part is up here. So if anybody sees it, that's fine. I don't really care. But functional-wise, it's going to do what I want it to do, which is keep this metal from digging into my skin. And there are some marks left on here from when I had the other magnetic snaps on. When I marked them, and then first I took them off. So here we go. Ooh, this way. Come on now. All right, so we got a winner. Finally done. Thought about putting a little bow on it with some of the gold skinny leather, but you know what? I just want to be finished with these. They're great for around the house on these nice warm summer days. So say bye, y'all. Hey guys, so I'm back with the 4th damn reboot for these sandals. I know y'all are over it because I am. All right, so here's what I came up with. I removed the leather straps that I had on with those little magnetic closures, because even though I put those little, like that little piece of leather on, it just still didn't feel quite right, and it was still kind of like digging and irritating, and I don't know. So I found this. This is just one of my scrap bag was left over from, I don't know, probably a hoodie or something that I cut it off of. So I put it through here like that, and this time, instead of having this part go on the back of my heel like I had been doing, I said, let me see how it is if I just put it over the top of my foot like that, and then come back around here, like around the back of the heel like that, and then just tie it in the front in a little bow. I mean, this is a very soft, stretchy material. It's not like a shoelace that's just real rigid and has no stretch. This has give to it, and you know, it feels really soft and smooth on my skin, and I swear this is it. This is it. So it feels secure on my foot. There's nothing digging in, and I think the 4th time was actually a charm. So this is the way it's gonna be for my little house sandals, and that is it. So I'm gonna get this video uploaded.